The purpose of this video is to document the history of the British Columbia Aviation Museum. My name is Linda Stagg. Your co-host is Norm Dressler, one of the original members of the museum.
While the Nanton Aviation Museum's hangar expansion progressed nicely, the proposed expansion of the BC Aviation Museum was more difficult. Seismic and snow load specifications in Victoria had changed drastically since the first hangar was built. If the original building was to be expanded, the whole building would be required to meet the new load standards and new fire regulations. With a steel building, this basically means tearing it down and starting over again. Changing to the location south of the workshop hangar would have been relatively easy. Instead, the board chose to build the new building west of the first hangar with a 6-foot breezeway between the buildings for a fire break. The original concept was to have a removable enclosure covering the breezeway and moving the large hangar doors from the original building to the west end of the new building. The building inspectors considered this a fire hazard and would not allow it. This meant large hangar doors would be required at both ends of the new hangar at an additional cost of $130,000, and a fire curtain of water nozzles would be required for the breezeway. It also had the disadvantage that moving an aircraft out of the first hangar would require a clear path through the new hangar.
As the new hangar progressed, it became obvious there was not enough money in the building fund to cover the cost of 2 sets of large hangar doors. Fortunately, McLaren Construction came to the rescue and custom-built 2 sets of hangar doors on a part payment and part donation scenario. Jim McLaren once again saved the day. Also, several fairly large estate bequests came in during that time and partially covered the shortfall. The new steel building is 100 feet by 120 feet for 12,000 square feet or 1,115 square meters of floor space. Work started in April 2008. Because of the required changes, the building was not usable until April 15th of 2010. The total cost was $925,000.
But where do we go from here? At the present time, we do not have enough hangar space to house all of the aircraft collection. For the past year or more, the beautifully refurbished Vickers Viscount and Flying Phil Ghilardi's modified Beech 18, resplendent in its polished aluminum livery, had to sit outside in the rain. Also, the Lancaster F-104 project will require a large hangar space when it comes time to reassemble the refurbished sections.
So it is time again to start thinking of fundraising for a large new hangar. At this time, it appears the only viable area is to the southeast of the workshop hangar. If and when that happens, there will be a shift in visitor traffic to the new hangar, and the south parking lot would likely become the main parking lot. It would also be the time to consider moving the workshop area into a section of one of the older hangars and to use the adjoining building, now the workshop, as the concourse between the north and south hangars. This would allow for development of the public amenities originally proposed in a 2-level development inside the old workshop area.